Good morning, lazy.
Hey, what time is it?
10 a.m. Chop chop.
Whoa. What do you want?
We have a video to make. You haven't even left for the studio yet.
Chill out. Studio's just down the hall. What shoes we got?
It's a good one.
What is it?
Don't worry about it.
Just spit it out.
It's the Brooks Ghost 16.
Nah, I don't want to do it.
It's a great shoe.
Why would I review something that's barely changed in years?
Some of the best institutions in this country haven't changed for years.
Well, actually, I think some of the best ideas come when striving for progress.
Very nice, Kamala Harris. Now will you drag yourself to the studio? Today, we're ghosting!
Not what that means.
Just get up.
No.
Need I remind you how things work around here? You're the
Talent.
Right, and I'm the
Editor.
And who makes the final calls around here? This is the Brooks Ghost 16, the latest version of one of the most reliable training shoes in the world. Okay, let's pretend for a second that you've never tried a Brooks shoe. Here's the story. Some companies are known to push the boundaries of normal, for better and also for worse. Brooks has the opposite strategy. Years and years ago, they found a model that is safe and that works, and they've stuck with it for decades. And through its 16 editions, the Brooks Ghost might be the safest Brooks shoe of all. It's comfortable, reliable, durable, and I see them everywhere. They're at run clubs, they are on starting lines, they're on my mom's feet. And that's the beauty of the Ghost. If you are new to running and are somewhat risk averse, these are the shoes for you. Because since your birth, the Ghost has changed its look less than Paul Rudd.
How does it feel to only have looks? Great.
Okay, now that the Ghost preamble is out of the way, let me pose this question, which is going to be the only interesting thing about reviewing this shoe that is pretty much the same as its previous model. Just stay on track. What's with the attitude today? Just let me finish. The Brooks Ghost is a certifiably good training shoe, but is the market moving too fast for them? Now we have super shoes, super trainers, carbon-plated infused everything. So are the Brooks Ghost at risk of being left behind? And what's the use case for them in 2024?
Mac! Mac, wait for me!
So first, let's drill down what's new about the Brooks Ghost 16, which I'm learning are a little bit different from the Ghost 15s. For one, it weighs in at 9.8 ounces, which is pretty light for a shoe with this much cushioning, and 0.4 ounces lighter than its predecessor. The weight cut comes in part from the change in foam. So the 16 has a new nitrogen-infused DNA Loft V3 cushioning, which is a mouthful but also just similar to the cushioning in the company's racing shoe, the Hyperion Elite 4. To me, that's the biggest upgrade from the previous model. And the fit is also comfy. So the Ghost 16 has an air mesh upper that molds to your feet, whether they're narrow or wide, and keeps them cozy and in place while running. Now, one thing I've always liked about Brooks shoes is that their upper is just soft enough to be flexible and comfortable, yet is rigid enough to keep everything in place. The one part I struggle with is the lower. So at 12 millimeters, the heel to toe drop is much steeper than the 8 millimeter drop that most shoes have these days. And at the bottom, a road tack rubber makes the shoes more durable, but also makes them somewhat inflexible and too heavy to double as a workout shoe.
I'm not that fat, man.
You are.
No, I'm not that fat.
The plus side to that, though, is that previous models of the Ghost took me for about 1,000 kilometers, and I would expect this bolstered version to take me even farther.
This is something else.
Now, the Ghost has long been a staple in the world of running shoes. I remember wearing the Ghost 10s for a full season of workouts in 2018. But yet, when I tried these on for anything other than easy runs, they felt heavy and kind of clunky and flat. I wondered why that was, because that was not my recollection of a Brooks Ghost shoe. And then I realized the Ghost hasn't changed. I have.
Who are you?
Or at least the market has. For years now, I've been doing all my workouts in super trainers and I've been racing in super shoes. And I'm catching myself asking, why would one buy a Brooks Ghost to do workouts if instead they could buy, say, a Brooks Hyperion Max or another shoe with super foam or even a carbon plate? And here's the harsh reality. The Brooks Ghost is not a workout shoe anymore, and neither are its counterparts from other brands. Those traditional training shoes like the New Balance 880 or the Asics Nimbus or the Saucony Ride. The market has moved too quickly, and now we work out in super trainers and we race in super shoes. But that is not to say that there's no use case for the Brooks Ghost. We will always need easy running shoes. No matter how good the super shoes become, we need shoes that encourage easy, soft, comfortable running. And in that case, the Ghost 16 is kind of a superstar, and an affordable one at that. So yeah, compared to the Alphafly 3 or the Adidas Adios Pro Evo 1, the Brooks Ghost 16 is very boring. But it has a different purpose than those shoes. And also, boring can be good sometimes.
You sure about that?
So, if you're a Brooks fan and you're looking for a shoe that gets you through many easy miles with no blisters, no chafing, no World Athletics stack height ban, this is the shoe for you. It's affordable, it's reliable, and it's the best Ghost to date. And scene! Finally! Was that so hard?